At this point, it's almost impossible to find someone who unironically is gonna tell you, oh yeah, sure, I'm a Bethesda fan, they do everything right. These people almost no longer exist at this point. Almost everyone has understood that anything Bethesda does nowadays, anything they try, attempt, do, or even consider, turns out to be absolute garbage somehow. They are talentless. It's so visible, everyone, including your grandma, can see it. It's not even close. And the sentiment towards Bethesda is the lowest it has ever been. From a company that was leading the charge in innovation to the company that can't do anything right and should fire all of their staff because they're clueless at this point what they're doing. Todd Howard can't lead, Emil Pagrolino can't write, and no one at Bethesda has even a shred of talent. In fact, they're so talentless, they have made being talentless a talent in of itself. They literally found a way to square cube how bad they are at their jobs. That is impressive. And it has gotten so bad that literally everyone can see it. Even Lukey Poo. That's his name, by the way, YouTube, if you did not know. That was his previous username. And he stopped using it because he he got accused of stealing other people's videos, which is hilarious. But in any case, even he is just blatantly ripping on Bethesda for being talentless and bad at their jobs. Even his audience is doing the same.
Bethesda's the guy who peaked in high school. KCD 2 has made me realize that Bethesda cannot possibly make a popular RPG with true RPG mechanics and challenging gameplay.
KCD2 is slop, though, okay? It's propaganda. You know which kind, boys, and if you don't, well, that's because you have not read enough history books.
Okay. Considering Bethesda's track record, Elder Scrolls 6 is cooked. Emil doesn't have the chops to create an engaging story. He should have been replaced. Starfield made my grandma cry. Damn, I just realized how perfectly a controversial 7 out of 10 describes every Bethesda game since Skyrim. Bethesda as a studio straight up lacks things that modern studios have mastered for over a decade. Mid-tier meshes, jank animations, bad writing, and an awful engine. They've actually gone so far into tech debt, it's just sad to see. And the higher...
Oh god, I hate these coders, these programmers, these wannabe game designers who are like, you know what? The horrible story that not Skyrim, also Skyrim, I guess. Skyrim's story is pretty stupid. But, you know, Starfield's story is bad because of tech debt. No, the tech debt has nothing to do. The graphics of Starfield are actually fine. They're the best that we have ever seen in a Bethesda game, by the way. In general, they're quite okay, in my honest opinion. The systems in the game are okay-ish. The game functions as it should function. Okay, it does have a lot of bugs, but none of the problems that Bethesda has, that Starfield has, are even remotely associatable to Take That. It's just people who want to be pirate software not knowing what they're saying and yapping about random things without understanding. Okay? Take That has nothing to do with any of this. It's just the fact that they are making slop and it's visible.
Ups just won't admit it. They still think they can kick it with the big boys, but they're a toddler who can't even begin to understand why they don't compare. I legit feel bad for the ground floor devs. Many of them have likely been with the company for so long that the other engine tech has moved on.
But when he's saying the big boys, which indie company do you think he means at this point? Because out of the currently existing AAA studios, what is left? Nothing is left, pretty much. All the big boys now, in people's opinions, are, well, indies. Everyone wants to see what Arrowhead does next. Everyone wants to see what. Oh, what? No, wait. Arrowhead was the guys behind Helldivers. Everyone wants to see what Larion does next. Everyone wants to see what Clair Obscure Expedition 33 devs do next. It's indie game studios that currently have absolutely all the craze around them. No one cares what AAA does. So the fact that Bethesda can't roll with a AAA, what does that mean? They're not gonna make a failure like Diablo 4?
And when they try to find work outside Bethesda, they will realize they don't know how to use Pro Tools. Red Engine can do full seamless open world with interiors and exteriors, multiple tuned vehicles, large random gen, and
The irony of saying Red Engine, the engine that Cyberpunk 2077 used, of course, is the fact that Cyberpunk 2 is going to be on Unreal Engine 5 because CDPR Red is abandoning the Red Engine.
PC crowds, multiple animated ads and videos, actual videos on TV screens on screen at the same time, and top-notch character and facial animations, and it can do all of the above at the same time. The creation engine is so far from being able to do even a single one of those. Make a world space too big, lag. Too many characters on screen, lag. Add multiple vehicles, lag. Too many textures or too many texture animated objects, lag, and so on. It's so lacking that aside from rudimentary gameplay, we will never see anything more impressive or innovative. Being able to dynamically move
Wait, this is not even a true statement, okay? We can make fun of Bethesda all we want, but I try to be as impartial as I can. I try to be fair at the end of the day. Because if you're not fair, then you're just damaging yourself in the long run. And this is not true. We have seen the videos of Starfield where people have literally spawned in like 10,000 of a singular object and made them all fall and tumble. And the game handled it nicely. There were not that many issues. Bugs in general are one thing, but performance-wise, what Bethesda has done with their engine with the upgrades is not the worst thing ever. Again, none of the problems that Bethesda currently has are engine related. It doesn't matter. It's the problem is the fact that somehow everything that was done in Starfield is a lower quality experience than previously. Level ups in Starfield, less interesting than in any game ever. This was the first Bethesda game where I found myself being, I leveled up, and I opened the menu, and turns out I got 5 level up points because I forgot that I leveled up 5 times. This was the first Bethesda game where the level up experience was the worst that it ever has. Crafting, skills, perks, the worst it has ever been. Even the menu navigation was literally the worst it has ever been. This is not the first time they do this stuff. And yet somehow Starfield managed to be the worst experience in every single one of these things. Every single one.
over or around objects like AC style climbing or parkour, or having more dynamic or dramatic, meaningful combat and the like. Hell, being able to clamber or climb up chest high walls would be a huge step for BGS, but has been solved in other games for the last 2 generations. The best we can do in the creation engine is janky canned animations with interaction markers. The engine is very easy to mod once we are given the creation kit tools, and that is only saving grace. But even the modding scene couldn't save Starfield.
No, actually.
Woof. Bro. I will say, this is what I appreciate you guys as a community. The passionate, thoughtful comments and responses to stuff.
Yes, I also appreciate the community. So like the video and hype it up if you're on a mobile device right now. It takes less than a second. I greatly appreciate all of you who do it. It truly matters. It helps me out a lot. So thank you, all of you. And if you think this stuff is important, then definitely like the video right now. And thank you for everyone who does. Thank you.
Always blow my mind. Like, that somebody will take the time to break this down and explain it from their point of view.
I mean, the fact that all of these argumentations are blatantly wrong, redundant, unusable in real life, and have no impact on any of the real problems. And Luke is like, bravo, sir. Bravo. You did good. Oh, man. The last time I saw something this whack was... I remember it was an asmongold clip, and he's looking in his own subreddit, and he's like watching a clip, and the clip is stupid, and then he's like, "Wow, I did not know that it works like that." And then one comment under there with like 5 upvotes is, this is actually fake. And he's like, oh, it's fake. It turns out it's fake. Oh, thank God. And then the guy who said it's fake was lying. It's actually true. This is these levels of, perpetual dumbness.
I just find it so impressive, and it comes off to me like this is a modder who knows what he's talking about. That's the vibe I'm getting, and that he's been very frustrated at the lacking features of the creation toolkit. If Emil Pagliarulo is still head writer, I won't be buying Elder Scrolls 6. Dude can't write a decent.
He is, which we have talked extensively. The guy is completely garbage at his job.
Story to save his life. Let's see. He's worse than that. He actively discourages anyone actually trying to write something good. He said it in his panel that they're just going to skip it or mod it out anyways. What he said was, you can write the next great American novel and the players will tear out the pages and make paper airplanes.
Oh, yeah, right. That was one of his quotes, but I'm not sure if that actually is referring to that or the other one. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which definition you go here. If you have seen that panel, it is horrible. Like, Emil is as clueless as they honestly get. Like, he's like, okay, if you're making a game, don't make it good. It doesn't matter anyway. If you're making a story, don't try too hard because no one's gonna care anyway. If you're making, like, every single thing that the guy talked about is some kind of defeatist mentality. Oh, why even bother? Why even try? Some people are not gonna like it anyway, so just make it bad. Who cares? That's pretty much the summary of that. And I mean, if you have an opinion like that, if that's how you are, I don't even honestly think you're fit to stack boxes because you're gonna find problems there. Let alone actually write it or be a creative-ish type of person.
Which, I understand the analogy. You can write a really compelling story, and a lot of players will not connect with it or interact with it. That's true. But it definitely sounds like you're saying that therefore no one will appreciate a good story, which is not true. Like, I think there's a subset of players, 5-10%, I don't know, that kind of ignore the main story and will just skip dialogue. Like, they don't pay attention to it. They'll look up a story recap at the end if they care, but they're just skipping dialogue to get to the game. That's true. There are people like that, for sure. But there's a whole hell of a lot of people that will listen to the dialogue and will listen to the story and will think about it and analyze the plot and look for plot holes and appreciate the nuance and the little bitty things that are at play within it. They will.
The people who were looking for plot holes in Starfield are already dead because there was just an information overload.
They really, really will. And when, like, those players who do dig into the nitty-gritty details, they like find themselves appreciating those little details so much more. So much more.
Well, in Bethesda's case, it's typically less, but whatever.
Because those little details are what elevates it to a whole other level. Like, for example, I was going to try to find a way to bring this up because I saw it again. Confession time. I've been rewatching Breaking Bad. It's amazing. It's always so amazing, and I love it dearly. Okay, there is a scene in Breaking Bad where there's a tiny detail that is freaking amazing. It's brilliant. Okay, it's brilliant. So quick, can I just put text on screen? Text. Go on mute as long as this is on, because I'm just going to show you this real quick.
Really?
It's so good, and hopefully we don't get
copyright
struck. Okay, spoilers. There's a moment where Hank realizes that Walter White, Bryan Cranston's character, is Heisenberg. He's the guy he's been looking for, right? There's a moment he realizes this.
Yeah, when he's on the toilet and he sees the WW.
And all of the thoughts of what Heisenberg has done flood into his mind. And he realizes, oh my God, this is the guy that has poisoned people, that has run people down, that has organized mass executions within prisons to get rid of witnesses. Like, he is a terrible, terrible guy.
Oh, okay.
And listen to the first line of dialogue that happens when he opens the sliding glass door, okay? Marie is going to say something in reference to Walt.
Well, actually, they were my You're all welcome.
You are the devil.
Ah, you are the devil. Okay, I get it. I get it. That's fine.
Emil would look at this and be like, a lot of people are going to watch the show not paying attention, with it muted, with subtitles on. So why would we bother putting little details like that in? Why would we have Walter White coordinate the color of his shirts with the people that he's killed in the story up to that point? So he adopts the colored clothing of the people he's killed when there might be colorblind people watching. Why would we bother? Like, you start to see how that mindset, that mentality that Emil puts forward can lead to...
I don't know what's his point, honestly, here. Well, I actually do know what his point is, and that is the obvious point. Trying gets better results. I know, shocking stuff right here. More news at 7. In any case, yeah, if you care about the small details, that means that you're trying. Because the people who are trying are never going to care about the details. The people who are trying are going to care about the details. Breaking Bad is good because it's good. It's not good because of those details about the color coding of the things that Walter wears or whatever. I never noticed it. It doesn't matter. But for some people it matters. And the reason the show is good is because the people making it actually went as far as to do these things because they were interested in it. And the more people are interested in doing something to that level of detail, the better they're going to try to be at their job. Emil is the exact opposite. And that's disgustingly sad, honestly. He knows that there is probably this 1 in a quadrillion people in the future of the galaxy who's not gonna care about something that Emil does, so Emil just chooses to do it in the worst way possible with the most barest minimum of efforts, because there's that one person maybe in the future, maybe not, who's not gonna really appreciate it. That is the epitome of failure, in my honest opinion. In any case, that was Luke Stephens, 10 out of 10. Bye!